what is being done to address poverty in your community.
Just driving around the city, different areas, you see, blatant, poverty, homelessness, that kind of thing. And it doesn't look like there's anything really tangible being done. From a optics perspective, it looks like the problem's getting worse. With crime, looks like it's going up, and then especially you're driving down Main Street, North Main, it's just it looks like there's a lot of issues there with homelessness and that kind of thing, and poverty. So yeah, I haven't really seen anything.
I'm not sure what enough is. Our food banks are being tapped out, and the only reason why they're being tapped out at this stage is because people need help with food. And if you don't help with food, then what? Then we end up with mental health. It's a vicious circle.
That's a good question. I'm from the Qaluit. We've got the shelters available to them, and the place to get food, not far from the Anglican Church. That is what I'm aware of.
In the Qaluit, I'm hoping there's lots to be planned. I'm not quite sure, to be totally honest, but I know there should be more food available and more places to go that's not a business. And I hope there'll be more places for people to go and sit down and feel welcomed and have activities to do and access to some snacks and some food. And I also hope that there'll be more fun programs where people can use their hands or their skills to do something and not just kind of be stuck to hang around stores.
In our community, food insecurity is a big problem where I stay. I'm from Clyde River, and we only have one store. Things are very expensive. Flights are limited coming in, so there's an issue for people, underprivileged people or people in need in our community.
Really, I think it's just the community centers are the biggest help to people in poverty right now. Things like food drives and community center outreaches. There's a church by me that does housing for them, during the nighttime. So I think that's probably the biggest thing helping poverty in my community at the moment.
Is there ever? The poor are always with us from biblical days and before, and will be. And that's not a good thing, but we only do what we can do. And we're doing the best we can, I think.
We have unemployment, and yet we have no workers. So how do you justify that kind of thing?
Honestly, I do not know, though I do think we should start implementing some other things that our countries do. Like, for example, France, any unused, unsold, about to go bad groceries should be able to be given out to those who need it, since it's just going to go in the bin anyways, right?
Not much. I think we need more housing. There's a lot of homeless people in Edmonton.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Lots of people volunteer their time, but help from the government, I don't think we're getting any. So it's kind of sad. I see a lot of homeless and stuff like that. So obviously nothing is being done, I don't think.
Not enough. Go for a walk and you see way too much going on, and it's an issue. We're talking about building a new library and building a new rink, and we got people laying on the streets everywhere. It's an issue, and it doesn't seem to be the most important one, unfortunately.
When I was homeless, it was issues with addictions and with depression. So the big way to address that, I think, and how to tackle that, I believe, is by addressing mental health problems and addictions issues, which I don't think there's enough being done. When I tried to get into rehab, for example, it took 8 weeks to be accepted. And so that is a huge problem. I don't think there's enough funding for mental health services. I don't think there's enough funding for addiction services at all.
I belong to Saskatoon West, and there's quite a lot being done there. There are churches and there are agencies, and that's where the homeless people have been relocated. Not enough is being done.
Not much that I've seen personally, and that's very disappointing, especially walking down this street in specific. You get a lot of people that are hungry or just they don't have a place to stay, which is unfortunate.
Nothing is being done to Nothing real is being done to fight poverty. It's just a lot of bells, whistles, and buzzwords that governments are saying and doing. Like, we're trying to like legalize drugs, which I think is a good thing, but also there's no infrastructure in place to make it work. So it's all just for show.
Well, I see a lot of agencies trying to help with food security issues, providing food and things like that, and of course the food bank. I see some agencies are working toward getting a living wage for people as a minimum for income. And so, I see those things developing.